What scares you more? A haunted house, a killer robot, or realizing the person the whole world worships is basically trapped inside the world's most expensive Halloween costume? Because that's the real horror of Mother Mary, not the movie you think you're watching. On the surface, Anne Hathaway, global pop icon, come back to her A24 glamour. Underneath, a Frankenstein story, and not the green-skinned through-the-neck version. Something far worse, because in the monster is gorgeous, Grammy-winning, and has 40 million Instagram followers. And the real disturbing part, the monster might be you. Hey, I'm Jelly, and this is Deeper into Film, where we don't just watch movies, we let them crack open the parts of us we've been carefully hiding since middle school. Here's the story. Mary, Mother Mary, is a global pop icon. Not just a singer, a brand, fantasy, practically a secular goddess with a Spotify account. But when her carefully controlled world starts cracking, she retreats to an isolated European countryside estate to reunite with Sam Ansel, Michaela Coel, the former best friend and costume designer who helped build the myth from scratch. Sam didn't just make clothes, she was the Dr. Frankenstein of fashion. She shaped the body, dressed the myth, engineered the desire. So the film becomes one of uncomfortable questions. Who actually made Mary? Did Mary choose this? Did Sam? Did the industry? Or did the fans? Or did everyone participate in building something so powerful that eventually nobody, including Mary, could control it anymore? In Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Victor assembles a living being from dead parts, then abandons him. The creature asks one of literature's most haunting questions. Did you create me to suffer? Mother Mary asks the modern virgin, except the creature isn't built in a laboratory. It's assembled from fashion trends, marketing data, trauma, and 10 years of worship. What if the monster is not ugly? What if it sells out Madison Square Garden 4 nights in a row? With a traditional monster, you can run. But when the monster is the version of you that everyone loves, when destroying it means destroying everything people admire about you, you are trapped in a way no haunted house can match. And here's the darkest part. Sam didn't invent Mary from nothing. She took what was already there, the voice, the hunger, the wound, and gave it a shape the world could consume. Mary let her. Maybe even asked her to, which means the question of guilt gets very complicated very fast. Let me bring this directly to you. Don't let this site pass like terms and conditions. Have you ever built a version of yourself people liked so much you felt trapped by it? Maybe you became the strong one, so falling apart was never an option. The smart one, so confusion felt failure. The funny one, so no one noticed you were exhausted, which is honestly the saddest joke of all. Or maybe online you became more confident, more successful, more spiritually sorted than you actually feel on a Tuesday morning when nothing is working. Here's how it always happens. First, the image helps you survive. That's legitimate. Then people reward it. Then you repeat it. And one day you realize you're no longer expressing yourself. You're maintaining a character. Expression moves outward from inside you. Maintenance moves inward, compressing you, flattering you, making you smaller until the character has more room than the person. Like being buried alive in diamonds sounds luxurious. Until you realize you cannot breathe. 2 Eastern frames that will make this film hit harder. I promise this won't put you to sleep. Buddhism teaches that suffering arises not just from clinging to things, but from clinging to fixed identity. The belief that says, this is who I am. This image must not fall apart. The Diamond Sutra puts it cleanly. Mother Mary is not Mother Mary, therefore she is called Mother Mary. Just a label, a costume with a name tag. But Mary is treating it like a soul. That is her suffering. Taoism as the other blade. The Tao Te Ching says, the living are soft and yielding, the dead are rigid and stiff. Mary's image is engineered, frozen, monetized, repeated. But the living thing cannot be fixed without beginning to die. The tree bends in the storm and survives. What cannot bend breaks. From a Taoist view, the cracking of Mary's image isn't failure. It's life trying to get back in. The tragedy is that everyone needs the image to stay fixed forever. They need a statue. She needs to be a river. Those two needs cannot coexist. Sam is the most complex figure in the film, and the one who saves it from being just another famous bad story. In a simple reading, Sam is Victor Frankenstein. She built the image, she bears the guilt, case closed. But Buddhism offers a better framework, interdependent co-arising. Things do not exist independently. They come into being through each other. Mary and Sam did not just meet. They inter-are, so to speak. They created each other, gave each other the power to cause profound damage. When Mary's image became more powerful than their relationship, Sam was quietly made irrelevant. Not fired, not confronted, just left outside the thing she helped build, pressing her face against the glass. That grief rarely gets named. Pouring your creativity and love into something extraordinary, then being excluded from it. Mary and Sam are two people who made each other, hurt each other, and are now standing in a room trying to figure out what they actually owe the other person. Not a celebrity story, a human story. Social media has made micro-celebrities out of almost everyone, which sounds flattering until you realize what it actually means. Most of us now maintain a carefully managed public self across multiple platforms all the time with no days off. We choose the best angle, write the caption that sounds more certain than we feel, present the version that gets liked, and quietly compress everything that would not be. The danger is not dishonesty. The danger is when one part of you becomes the whole story. When the character you perform becomes so dominant that the complicated, uncertain human underneath starts to feel like the intrusion. That is how a costume becomes a skin. A skin becomes a cage. A cage becomes the only home you know. We are all becoming our own Mother Mary. One like at a time. When Mary performs near the end, don't watch it as a concert. Watch it as an exorcism. Is she putting the costume back on because it is the only way she knows how to sing? Or is she finally causing the performance to speak from her real self? The film does not make this easy, and it should not. Performance is not the enemy. Art is not a lie. The problem was never that Mary performs. The problem is when the performance eats the person inside it. When the mask sticks to the face and you can no longer tell the difference between this is how I express myself and this is all I am. So the final question is not, should she stop being Mother Mary? The real question is, can she perform without disappearing? Can she wear the crown without letting it crush her? Mother Mary looks like a story about fame and fashion, but at its deepest level, it's about one quietly painful question. What happens when the self you created to survive becomes the self you cannot escape? A monster you built with good reasons from real materials and then fed every day until it started living for you. So here's my question for the comments. What part of your public persona has become so heavy you're starting to forget who is underneath it? Because the first step to escaping the monster is admitting you're the one who's been feeding it. I'm Jay Lee, and this is Deeper into Film. Thank you for watching.